Hello and welcome to Living with the Landspeeder, Chapter 17. My name is Ryan, and I'm joined by my good pal, Catrin.
Hey-o.
That's it tonight. It's just Catrin and me.
Yes.
That's it. Derek is an old man, and he said he had to go to sleep because he's got to be up early.
Work. He's got to get on a flight, so he's a busy guy.
Oh,
We're lucky to have him.
He could have slept on the flight, you know?
He probably will anyways, as most of us do.
So hopefully he'll be back next time.
Yeah.
But this is going to be because it is the season. It's the Christmas season. It's fastly approaching. So this may be our last one before Christmas.
It'll be the last one before Christmas at this point, and probably for the new year. Possibly. No, we might be able to get one in before the new year. I bet we can. Yeah.
So this is our Christmas episode of Living with the Landspeeder. Our first Christmas episode.
Wow. First edition.
Yeah. So get a signed copy while you can. Mm-hmm. It'll be worth nothing, but you know, never know. It'll be worth as much.
Laughs here and there.
Be worth as much as a Darth Maul episode 1 figure.
Oh, just no, just half the price.
Just half the price, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. But so we thought, well, what ride, what attraction could we do for this time of year? It's that time of year. If you've listened to as much as I have, you know that's from a song from a Christmas special based on this ride. Catrin doesn't know because I don't even know. A little girl.
Well, now the movie we watched several times.
Yeah.
Because most kids just loved it, but yeah, that we kind of hit a point where we're like, okay, I'm done. So we didn't watch the Christmas specials and all that.
It's that time of year. We are doing Frozen Ever After.
Frozen Ever After.
I think that's right. That's what it's called, right? I always get that one and then the sing-along confused.
I did the same thing. I was like, is this one Frozen Ever After? Or is this was that the name of the thing? I don't know. But I looked it up. I have a picture that I'll use for the thumbnail.
Oh.
Got that all done already. And it is Frozen Ever After.
And we chose this one for Christmas because there's
snowy.
Ice and snow.
It could have been done in January or February, but why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Is there another ride that would be good for Christmas?
I mean, Everest would be the only other one that's like ice around, kind of like ice. But this one's mostly snow. What do you think of when you think of Christmas? You hope it's going to snow. You hope there's lots of white stuff on the ground, but that's not always the case.
Yeah, and I think Frozen Ever After actually happens in the springtime. I think
big winter blowout, big summer blowout.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're doing it.
Summer.
But the ride that was there before, because this is in Norway, so the ride that was there before sort of had that wintry vibe too, because it's Norway.
You think, again, with Norway, you think of winter, you think of cold, you think of Christmas.
Yeah,
I think it's good.
Think of trolls.
Christmas trolls.
Yeah. I don't think that's the thing, is it? Probably not.
No, probably not.
No.
I mean, it could be.
But they have
some country there is.
They have the little food place right outside, which I guess we should have done that with it.
Yeah.
I didn't, but they have the school bread that's very popular there. I forget what it's called.
School bread, yeah.
No, I forget what the
the restaurant.
the quick service place is called. They have school bread, and they used to have some other stuff there that was really good, but I think they've changed it. I think they used to have some like waffles that had like strawberry stuff in them that was really good.
Okay.
They may still have that. And they used to have a good ham and cheese sandwich there.
Okay.
I got one time because I was wandering around trying to find something to eat, and everything was long lines. And I walked in there and they go, "Oh, we have the sandwich." And I'm like, "Well, let me try that." And I'm like, "It's really good." But I don't know if they have those anymore. They just went with the school bread. They're like, "Well, we'll just concentrate on that."
That's one thing that my family's not really done a whole lot of. We have our few places that we like to eat in EPCOT. Yeah. And we stick to those, and so we've not gone around and sampled everything. You used to live down there, so you went a lot.
Yeah.
whereas we go every once in a while, so it's like we've got to go and make sure we do these things, and we'll try something new every once in a while. Like we'll go, we've gone to a couple of different ones every once in a while, but we always seem to gravitate towards Mexico to eat at the San Angel, and then we did eat at France this year. We got some crepes for lunch, I think, or maybe for a snack. I don't remember, but the line was really long there because I think it was a new one. Because it was we were waiting to ride Ratatouille, and they had a new restaurant, maybe, I don't know, or it was just new to us.
They have a new crepe.
Okay,
they have a new crepe
I thought so. Yeah, new creperie or whatever. So that's one thing I want to get to where we could do is just go around and try little things.
Yes, because there's a lot of little things around the World Showcase that are really good in different spots. So you should. I love the caramel corn in Germany.
Yep.
I used to love the crepe. They used to have this little crepe stand in France that had like these strawberry crepes that were good, but they don't have that now. They just have the other one that has weird stuff.
It was
salmon on the crepe, and I'm like, no, I don't want salmon on a crepe.
No. I just want some chocolate or some strawberry. Yeah. I think the next time, if I ever go back by myself, the last time I went by myself, I went to Magic Kingdom, and I said next time I'm going to go to Epcot because I feel like that would be more enjoyable because it's fun to ride rides by yourself, but not all the time. You know, it's like I think it'd be more fun to go explore those things at Epcot.
And the walls are down now.
And not have to worry about like where we need to go. And the walls are down.
Yeah, the walls are down finally.
Yes.
And something's already broken. The lights are already broken.
Oh no, the ones on the ground, or
there's one of them that's already out.
Oh gosh.
And those are like embedded in there.
Yeah.
So that'll be a pain to fix, or they just don't fix it. I don't know.
They'll paint it glow in the dark color.
Yeah. So the lights are out. The statue's there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. How did you? We're going to get an attraction. Mm-hmm. Have you seen pictures or video of the area?
It's a little bit of a letdown. I think it's kind of plain.
I'm glad somebody else said that because I looked at it and I'm like, well, it's a place to sit, I guess.
Yeah, it's like they closed this down for a long time. For what now? You know, it's a little too plain. At night, it looks really cool, and I think that's the draw to it, right? And being able to see Spaceship Earth and to see those lights at night and all that. But during the day, the colors are kind of drab, like the plants. Of course, it is winter. I mean, it's not
it's
winter there, but it's a little drab.
So which do you prefer? You haven't seen it on purpose, or the big fountain that was there before that did the water show?
Yeah. Anything besides the walls is probably better, I guess. But yeah, I think a fountain, the fountain's probably better. I don't know. Maybe in person it's different.
Yeah, maybe in person. Maybe. I think what happened was that they had a bunch of budget cuts, and this is what we ended up with.
Yeah, I think what's great about it is just being able to see. Yeah, and maybe that's enough when you're in person. Like, there's a lot of things you take pictures of, and it's like that doesn't look anything like what it does in person. You know, that doesn't capture the greatness of it. But this doesn't look anything like greatness. But again, I'm hopeful. In person, it looks a lot better.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't know when I think I'll be back down there in May, so maybe I can check it out in May for May 4th. Mm-hmm. Star Wars, where everything is Star Warsify.
Yeah.
Not really.
It should be. By golly.
Yeah, that's another thing. We haven't talked about they have the Jollywood Nights now and I think they missed an opportunity there because people that were going said, well, the first people that went said it was horrible, and then they changed some stuff. And they're like, it's fun. I think they missed a grand opportunity to use the whole park because they're just using sort of that main front area for stuff.
Right.
Why didn't they just do Life Day in Batu during that party? Because that would have. Oh gosh, that been people would have. Yeah, people would have come out of the woodworks for that kind of thing, right? Because it's very specialized. It is niche, right? It's not for everybody. It's not for your casual Star Wars fan, but
the people that would be excited about it, it'd be a large number of people, right, that would show up for it and with their lightsabers and buy stuff and
get their red robes and their
be on
globes.
Instagram. And
they already have the merch for Life Day. They just had to.
Yeah.
So they could have had Life Day there, and then in Toy Story Land, they could have had like Christmas morning or something. Sort of that feel. Because all the toys.
Wear your pajamas. Yeah.
But they just, I don't know. Maybe they'll. Maybe this was just a trial and they'll revamp it, but they could have used the whole park, but they just chose to use the front part of it.
It's expensive. I mean, you're running a park for so many hours in a day already, and then just to run it during the night, you've got to pay all these people to come in and work it. So I get it in a way.
You can still go to Galaxy's Edge. You can still go. There's cast members back.
It's just not. I got you. I see what you're saying.
Theme.
Yeah, that's right.
The whole park's open, but there's just no theme for half the park. It's just the very front of the park.
Maybe that's they don't have to do as much decorating, and as much of the story of different things, but it seems like it would bring more people, and maybe they don't want a lot of people. I don't know.
No, they want to sell out.
I know.
After their first night, I don't think it's sold out, just because there's such bad reviews. But anyways.
There's not as much to do. I mean, if any park is going to be open late, you kind of want it to be Magic Kingdom, right? I mean, there are some great things to do there, but it's like you're limited in some ways at Hollywood Studios unless you just do the same things over and over again, which there's great ones to do that with. But at Magic Kingdom, there's a whole lot of really great things that you can get on and off really quickly and get around.
So they're still doing the other Christmas party at Magic Kingdom, right? And this is their new party. So I don't know. We'll see if
they're
they
trying
bring
to.
it back.
You never know.
Bring it back. Never know. But
yes,
that leads us to our attraction of the night. That's not in Magic Kingdom and it's not in Hollywood Studios.
Let's go back to Epcot.
Let's go back to Epcot for Frozen Ever After. It replaced the Maelstrom, however you say. I can never. Maelstrom ride, which that was a big hullabaloo when that happened. But I mean, we ride Frozen Ever After every time we go because of the kids, and it's fun. It's a fun ride. I mean, the animatronics are a little weird because they have the glowing faces, like the screen faces, and if the screens go down, then it's like just a black
ghost
void.
Yeah,
there's no like features. It's just like you turn your TV off.
Right. Especially now when you see the new Frozen ride. Is it overseas somewhere? I don't remember.
It's either in Shanghai or Tokyo or somewhere. It's one of those, I don't know. It's one of the other parks.
It's a full animatronic, right? Or it's a better video or something. I can't remember.
They don't have the video faces. They have
that's
actual
what I was thinking.
Animatronic faces.
Yeah.
So
it's a bit of a letdown once again, but otherwise the ride is fine. And especially when it's hot. It's a little bit cooler in there because they're trying to make it feel cold, and so it's a good
and basically the ride from
Fast Pass ride.
I mean, the whole ride's different, but if you remember the old ride, it went one direction, and I think this ride is basically it's flipped, and it goes the track. They ran the track the opposite way, but you still sort of do the same stuff. You go backwards at one point, you go down, like a little hill. It's not like a Splash Mountain hill, but
right.
But it's fun. So, are we ready? There's only two of us tonight, so it'll be probably a shorter episode. But some people are probably like, "Yay, it's good." Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I'll let you round us off with your excellent stories that you always come up with.
I don't know if I have an excellent story tonight.
Mine will be just a kickoff for us. And
an appetizer, if you will.
An appetizer, if you will. Yes. All right. So this was a tricky one because there's some obvious choices here that you could go with that have to do with Hoth and maybe you think of Crait. You think of the places that have white ground, right? And I decided to go the route of Hoth anyways, even though it's the obvious choice. The name of my ride is going to be called A New Hope. And the idea...
A New Hope?
A New Hope. Yes.
Okay.
It's the name of a movie, right?
Yeah.
I know. It's the wrong movie.
I was like, wait a second.
But you'll understand. So at the end of New Hope, we see the Death Star go down, right? And we see Luke, and we hear a little bit about him, but we don't know a whole lot about him. So this ride is about this person that everybody wants to see, about Luke, right? Okay. And so it's because Empire Strikes Back starts out in Hoth, right? Mm-hmm. So you're kind of at the end of A New Hope and going into Empire Strikes Back. Of course, it's been time, whatever. But the idea is that you're entering, and you're I'm trying to decide if it's a boat or not. But it'll have to be a Landspeeder, I guess, in this case, because
there's boats in Star Wars.
Oh, I know. But the idea is that you're in the Rebel base on my ride in Hoth. All right, okay. So you're going through a Rebel base, and you're hearing all these different stories, because I had to watch the Frozen ride just to make sure I remembered what it was about, because you've got this one part where you see these trolls and they're telling stories, and there's a screen over here that does something, and I was like, okay, that could be a group of people that are talking about maybe they're talking about the Death Star blowing up, and you see images of that happening, and then you go to another part and you see some animatronics over here, and they're talking or singing songs, but they could be talking about some other story about Luke, and I heard he was on this desert planet or on Tatooine, and they're telling all these different stories, and he's up there, you need to go see him, basically. And so you're making your way up through the caves of this Hoth base, and there's Luke. He's Elsa in our story, but it's Luke, and maybe he's just talking to people. It's not like he's like this grand magician or something that, but he's there, and then you make your way out, and there's the ride is really kind of short. There's not a whole lot to it. There is the part where you do go backwards, and I was trying to think, does the ride have something where you get pushed back by someone with the Force, and that's why you go backwards, and then you're going down the waterfall there, and there's like a monster there, and I was like, that could be the big monster in the cave, and he's yes, and he's trying to swipe at you, but I was like, that's another ride, let's not do that one. So this one is just in the Rebel base, and again, you're just hearing about Hoth, and you're hearing about Luke and the New Hope, and it's what the future could hold, and so I hadn't really figured out what that drop will be, but you're just leaving the cave. I guess at that point it's like
it's maybe your escape, because the Imperials are breaking in.
Maybe they're breaking in. Yeah. Maybe it's you got to get out of there.
Hatch, or your escape out the back of the cave.
And Han's going, go, don't go. Because the monster goes, go, don't go, it's too cold. And then you leave. Yeah. So.
Yep. I'll see you in. That's what he says, but.
Yeah.
Something like that. So when they tell him not to go.
Yeah, so it's a simple ride, but
simple ride,
but it's
called A New Hope, but not A New Hope,
but not A New Hope. That's right. But it's celebrating Luke. My other version of the ride, I'll go ahead and tell it since we got the time here. Sure. Was because this doesn't overlap with yours, right? Would have been they're in the cave in Crait.
Yeah.
That you've got the white, instead of that being snow, it's the salt on Crait.
Yeah.
So you're back in the cave, and maybe you're trying to figure out a way out of the cave, right? Yeah. Because that's part of it where Luke is involved, and he's fighting against Kylo Ren, or his image is fighting against Kylo Ren.
Oh, spoiler!
Sorry, guys. But then you're trying to find the way out of the cave, and you're interacting with different people along the way. And then at the end, when you're going down, instead of there being this monster there or somebody there, there's rocks there, and you can't get out. But then, if you remember in the movie, Rey shows up and at the backside of the cave, and she pulls all the rocks out of the way. Yeah. and you escape out of there. So that was that would be what that could resemble or be at the end of it. So
yeah, it could be like on one of those little skiff things that was on the.
There you go. Yeah,
Crait. Yeah, it could work.
Yeah,
and in the Battlefront 2, when you play on Crait, there's all these tunnels that you get to run through.
There are, yes, yep.
So that can play into that. See, there we go.
So yeah,
we worked it all out for you. It's a New Hope on Crait.
The New Hope on Crait. That could be Derek's. Since Derek's not here, we'll say that was his.
That's yours, Derek.
There we go. So there you go. 2 and 1.
All right, here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Drum roll, please. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so here's the thing about Disney park attractions. I could be wrong, but here's from my memory, and I've been a bunch. There's basically 3 types of story rides. There's the original idea, Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, Soarin', Test Track, those type of things.
Yeah.
Then there's the rides that are based on a movie, but it's either pre-story that you saw or post-story of the movie. Yeah. And then there's the attractions that basically follows the story of a certain movie. Okay, so that's I think that's really the 3 type of attractions.
I think so. Yeah,
at the parks.
In fact, Frozen is the one it's basically you're rewatching the movie when you.
No, well, the Frozen one is really the post.
Okay, maybe.
Because they're in the
that's true.
Different garb.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Summer garb, and then you have the big snow monster, which I forget his name.
Too, and
that has the little ones with them. So this is that takes place after.
True. You're right.
Frozen,
but not Frozen 2.
But not Frozen 2. Yeah, so it takes place after Frozen. I'm trying to think of a ride like Snow White's Scary Adventure would have been the story of Snow White. So it was basically just the movie. So for this attraction, it is going to be a follows the story attraction. Okay. So it's not going to be pre, it's not going to be post, it's not going to be some original idea, which wouldn't really make sense with the Star Wars stuff. But it's going to follow basically the story to a T. You're like, oh, that might be boring. I don't know. I've seen that. But now you get to live that.
Yes.
As you experience season 2, the second episode of that, so it's chapter, we'll say 10. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, that sounds right. Maybe because they usually have 8 episodes per season. It seemed like that first season had 8 episodes. So
I think it's chapter 10.
I think so.
Episode 2 of Mandalorian. If you don't know what it is, you're about to. It is the episode where he is transporting the frog lady to meet up with her husband so they can fertilize the eggs or whatever they're supposed to do. Yes. And they are avoiding some X-Wing pilots, and they land on this icy planet. So I know the name of the icy planet, but I don't know the name of the icy planet, if that makes sense. Which is funny. I think it's a planet. Everybody thought this was a different planet, but I think it's the same planet that he on the first episode.
Is this the Maldo Kreis?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's from the first episode. Remember where he picks up the dude on the icy planet?
Yep.
I think it might be the same planet, but a different part of it.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. But yeah, this is definitely Maldo Kreis. MALDO KREIS. So here's how it's going to start. The queue area. So if you remember the queue, if you've been on the ride Frozen Ever After, when you go into the queue, it looks sort of like a town, sort of, and it's got what's it's at the shop. The Big Summer Blowout.
Big Summer Blowout. Shop there.
Oh man,
no,
what's his name?
I should know since I've seen Frozen like 15 billion times. It's got his sauna.
Yeah, it's Frozen sauna.
All right. Anyways, it doesn't matter because it's going away.
Oaken. Yeah, Oaken.
Wandering Oaken. Yeah. But that's all going away because that's not going to be there.
Oh.
But so the queue is going to be the Razor Crest.
All right. Yeah.
So it's going to look like you're outside of the Razor Crest, and you may even walk through part of the Razor Crest.
Nice. Maybe you see the people he's captured and put in carbonite.
Yeah.
In the back and the evac tubes, and
you'll see the ice and the snow and everything. And then you'll. I mean, it's already a boat system with water, so we're just going to keep it that. You're going on some kind of weird boat there.
There's water there, so that works.
Yeah. So it's going to play out. It's going to play out just like the episode. So it's going to start. They've landed on this. You'll see, and it's all going to be like good animatronics of
excellent
Mando, of Grogu, of the Frog Lady with their sack of eggs. You're going to see. You're going to see Grogu stealing eggs and eating them. You're going to see the Frog Lady run off. So it starts out like that. And then I'm just going to call them the Ice Spiders. There's another technical name, but we're just going to call them that.
Yes.
Ice Spiders. We're going to start with the small. I don't think this is the same one, but it looks sort of like this. You're going to start with the small Ice Spiders you're going to see everywhere. And then part of it's going to be him running after the Frog Lady, Mando trying to get her, and then they're coming out. So they're being chased by the small spiders, and then when you round that corner where the big abominable snowman thing is now, or whatever he is going to be the humongous Ice Spider from the show. And you're going to round it. He's going to be there, and he's going to go bye.
Go.
And then he's going to be like, when you round the hill, one of her, I guess it's her, I don't know, legs is going to be coming down at you.
Yeah, as
you go down the hill, nice. And then when you get down the hill, around the corner,
will the leg work over time, or will it stop working? And
they're going to make it work. It's not going to be the Yeti. It's going to work. It's going to keep working. When you round the corner at the bottom, like on the ride itself, there's going to be the two X-Wings.
Okay.
And they're going to be firing like past you, like at the spiders.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And they're going to say something like they do in the show.
Yeah.
And then you'll come out and exit like you do, and the Razor Crest will be there and everything.
Nice.
So that's it. This is going to be a follow the story, because I think this, especially this track layout and everything, can pretty much follow the story of that episode.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, so I don't know how many Mandalorian attractions we've done from the show.
We've done a few, but not too many.
Yeah, just
steered clear of a little bit of those, but not too bad. Yeah. So that we've got some we can use from there.
So I think this would be. I would like it. I think this would be a fun ride.
Yeah, I think it would be. I can see that. So that there's the troll part I talked about earlier. That's up kind of first on the left. I almost see that as the pool when you first come in. Because they're kind of in a circle anyway. So it's like you could kind of make that the pool, and where's the Frog Lady sitting in there, and then you've got Grogu trying to eat the eggs and stop it, trying to keep him from eating them, and then you progress through. Yeah,
it's been a while since I've watched that episode, but I think I hit all the points.
I think so too. I mean, I think what this could be a really terrifying ride too for people that have arachnophobia, right? Because those things could be just crawling out like crazy. Like you could just have so many of those little things all over the ceiling and the walls, and
you can even have. You could have screens on some of those dark tunnels where you just see them like crawling past you, like running past you and around you, and all over the place.
You can make it look like they're moving, even if it's kind of dark in there, and then you just have a little bit of movement, and then lights are kind of doing something funny. It could look like they're scurrying around,
Yeah, I want to ride this ride, so they should change it. I think this would be better than the Frozen Ever After ride. My daughter wouldn't like that, but change it again. But I guess since there is a quick service restaurant out front, then it has to be, for me, I haven't planned this out, but it has to be egg themed, I think.
That's true. Yeah, it could be fish eggs. What do you call that? That's not escargot. That's the snails. What's
fish like caviar?
Caviar. That's what I'm trying to think of. Yeah, they could sell.
I was thinking more of a breakfast. You get hard-boiled eggs, scrambled eggs,
deviled eggs,
deviled eggs. Yes, over easy.
You could have like so bad
frozen, some kind of frozen egg pop.
Yeah, you could have a boba tea, right? Because it has those little things in there.
Oh, that would be maybe that would be a boba tea place.
A Boba Fett boba tea.
Maybe it's just
Mando's mango boba tea.
Yes.
Yeah,
that could work.
And
then yours would be a New Hope Cafe. With some Crait salt. Saltine. Get your all saltine crackers here.
Pretzels,
yeah.
Yeah. Something red too, like red velvet cake.
Grogu's.
That would be good. A red velvet cake, because you often have the white icing and then the red underneath.
Yes. Right? So it's just a shop that just sells red velvet. That's it.
What do you got? Red velvet cupcakes? Red velvet cake? Red velvet cake pops?
Yep. Would you like some red velvet a la mode?
With red velvet ice cream?
With in other countries, when they say a la mode, do you know it doesn't mean with ice cream? That's just an American thing.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Not like in France or something. Or what is a la mode?
Like England, it's like if you say a la mode, that means it means something different. So when they order something with ice cream, they just say, "Can I have it with ice cream?" Like they don't say a la mode. I forget. I have to look it up. I listened to a British podcast.
Lot of things like that.
They were talking about it. Anyways, so so then we have Grogu's boba shop or egg shop.
I like it.
And then we have
Grogu's boba balls, because it could be like the ball from the gear shifter or whatever.
And it's got that one jar of pickled eggs just in the middle of it.
Nobody eats it.
And you're like, hey, I'll take one. How long have those been? I've been here since we've been open.
Yeah, forever. Yeah, long time ago.
We got it from the 7-Eleven from the 80s.
There's
pickled eggs. There's the eggs back there.
The eggs back there, yeah.
Yeah, so we had little teasers in both of ours. I got Mandalorian sort of behind me, and I had this guy behind me. You got the eggs behind you.
I didn't have any hope or salt behind me.
Oh, there's some hope. I see it right back there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, I do.
It's in your pocket.
Right here. I've got this is perfect from New Hope.
There you go. It's a New Hope on Hoth.
On Hoth.
I don't have a name for my ride. Maybe the Mandalorian and Escape from the Ice Cave, or
I like it.
Something like that.
Escape from the Ice Cave. Because the Crait one was Escape from Crait. Going to be
there we go. Escape.
I think a lot of the rides it's kind of funny because I was thinking about that today. Is a lot of what the rebels and the resistance do is escape from things. Yep. So we had Escape from Order 66, right?
Yeah.
When you did, and we've had Escape from, gosh, I can't even think of the ones right now. But there's been all kinds of trying to get out of the cloning facility. I think was one of mine. So it's
all it is escape. It's a common thing. Away. Just run away.
They do. That was one of the things that frustrated me about the new movies is like they it seemed like they were getting an edge, the resistance, and then they always had an answer for it. The New Order always had an answer for it.
Yeah,
so it was First Order, not New Order. New World Order, NWO. The First Order always had the perfect way to combat it. It was like, come on, man, just one time. Let them win. But
okay, well, there we go. Another attraction closer to Star Warsifying all of Disney World.
We're getting there.
17 so far.
Yeah.
I forget how many attractions we said that there was at Disney. One episode we did multiple attractions. We did like 2 attractions in one.
We did, and I think there can be more. Like I have a list that I made, and one of the things too that we could consider doing is we've talked a little bit about the World Showcase, but I mean we could each take a section of World Showcase, and not everybody do Mexico because.
Are you tired of this podcast? Is that what you're saying? You're like,
no,
we can get these done faster.
No, not at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
And we can move on to Disneyland.
But I've got a list, and so this is Disney World, Walt Disney World. The ones that make sense to do, I have 86 on here, and that also includes transportation like the bus and monorail, Skyliner, and boats. But we've got quite a ways to go, and I think if we do get through the whole list, we may have to change the show a little bit or go to different.
We'll see. Parks, there's parks all around the world. We'll just have to go visit them.
Yeah.
For research purposes. Anyways, so this was chapter 17. I did Mandalorian. You did New Hope Part 2.
Mm-hmm. It's New Hope B. part 2. Or
with a side of Crait.
With a side of Crait.
That was Derek's contribution. Yes. He didn't even know that.
He didn't even.
So we may be taking a break until after the holidays are over. We'll see. We may be able to squeeze one more in. We might
be able to squeeze one for the new year.
Yeah, and then a little New Year's treat for you. And then we've got a bunch of people that want to come on as guests. We just got to get them scheduled. So that will be coming up in the new year, 2024. I can't believe it. Who knows what 2024 will hold for Living with the Landspeeder. But if you can, like and share, comment,
subscribe,
definitely subscribe. Give us 5-star reviews on Apple. Anything you can to help get the word out there about Living with the Landspeeder. Also check out our other show, I Am Geek. So I Am Geek, one word, wherever you listen to podcasts, or I Am Geek Show on YouTube and all the social medias. And then if you need some kyber crystals that work in your Savi's lightsabers that look nothing like the things you buy in the park, but are pretty cool, check out I Am Geek Shop on Etsy for all your kyber crystal needs. Anyways, so I guess Merry Christmas to all of our listeners and
Merry
watchers.
Christmas. And Happy holidays.
Yes. We'll be back sooner than you think with a brand new episode. Hopefully Derek will be here with us.
Yes.
Please, travel will calm down, but we'll have some guests come too. Anyways, we'll see you next time on Living with the Landspeeder.
Bye-bye.